Sadashivasamarambam Jnanasambandacharyamadyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Let's enter into today's satsang. In Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter, Sanyasa Yoga, 22nd verse.
Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkayonaya evate adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddhaha. Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkayonaya evate आद्यन्तवन्त कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्त कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः.
Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adi antavantah kaunteya nateshu ramade buddhaha. Translation: the wise man does not amuse himself with the experiences born of the contact with the senses. O son of Kunti, for indeed they are the source of all troubles, and they have a beginning and an end. Important sacred secret you need to know from this verse. Bhagavan is insisting on growing in subtle planes. Please understand, anything which is grass, matter, which has beginning and end, will bring only suffering in your life. Anything. The more subtle you grow, the beginning and the end, the gap between the beginning and the end expands, means the longevity becomes more. The more subtle you go, there are some things which has no beginning but which has end. But the subtlest level when you go, there are some things which has beginning but no end. But when you go more subtle than that, there are something which has neither beginning nor end. Please understand. In the grass level, first level, there are things which has beginning and end which you can see. You can see the beginning of it and end of it. Second level, there are things which has beginning and end but you can't see, like a 300-year-old tree. You know there is a beginning, there is an end. Only by logical conclusion, you yourself won't see it. For example, some temples. You know there would have been beginning, there will be an end, but you yourself will not see. You are not going to see it. That is second level. Third level, there are some things which has no beginning but end will be there. For example, delusion, Maya. You can't try to find the beginning of the Maya. If you try to find the beginning of this whole cosmic Maya, how did it start? When did it start? You will only break your head. You will never find the beginning. But there is an end for it. If you become enlightened, The moment you are enlightened, Maya ends. So the third level, there are things which has no beginning, but which has end. The fourth level, there are things which has beginning, but no end. For example, enlightenment. We know the moment it is going to become your life, which has a beginning, but it has no end. Once you achieve, over. There are some things, next level, which has neither beginning nor end. Understand? The subtler and subtler you grow, you experience the subtler and subtler dimensions of this. I'll explain once more, catch it, because it is such a subtle truth. Catch the truth. First, which has a beginning and end, which you will be able to perceive. Second, which has a beginning and end, but you will not be able to perceive, which was born 300 years before and which is going to die after 500 years. Third, which has no beginning but end, Maya. Fourth, which has only beginning, no end, enlightenment. Last, the ultimate, which has neither beginning nor end. When you go subtle and subtle in your life, you experience the next levels in the life. Bhagavan, Sri Krishna was taking us through the earlier sutras to the subtle and subtle truths. Now he is taking us to the ultimate truth with a straight one statement. I can say this statement, the 22nd verse in Bhagavad Gita, is the conclusion of last 10 slokas, 10 verses. Through last 10 verses, Bhagavan was preparing our logic by leading it to the subtle and subtle subjects. Now he is giving the ultimate conclusion. Please understand. Let me define teaching. Teaching means leading your logic to a subtler and subtler planes, and finally making you get the subtlest truth, the unison of existence. When you listen the truth from the right teacher, the very listening makes it as an experience to you. Teaching means, let me define once more, teaching means raising your logic to the subtle and subtle and subtle space, finally making you experience the subtlest existence, the unison of cosmos, unison of universe. Here Bhagavan is leading us to that unison. Is very clear. O Kundi, O son of Kundi, Kaunteya. Bhagavan is using the word Kaunteya here. O son of Kundi, to address Arjuna. Bhagavan is so beautiful and intelligent. For each subject, he will change the Arjuna's name. Now he is talking about suffering. He is using the word, O son of Kundi, because Kundi's whole life is nothing but suffering. A long suffering. And Kunti asks Krishna a boon. O Krishna, let the suffering from all the four corners of the world come to Kunti, but let her not be distracted, removed from your remembrance. Kundi's life is a long suffering. That is why, very subtle way, Bhagavan is saying, O extension of Kundi, O extension of Kaunteya, let you not allow that same patterns to be repeated in your system. Why Kundi's life was long suffering? Because too many attachments. Too many attachments. Attachment to the name and fame. First thing, our attachment to the name and fame is responsible for Karna being orphan. Otherwise, she could have been open. She has not done anything illegal. Calling a divine energy and having a son through the divine energy was acceptable in those days because it was not a physical relationship. Please understand. When Surya came, he did not have a physical relationship with Kundi to deliver Karna because the Surya appearing and Karna delivering, the whole thing has happened within 3 kshana, 3 seconds. So it was not a physical relationship. Nobody is going to question virginity of Kundi. It was a blessing. And that energy came out as Karna. She could have explained to the father because if you know the whole story, you will understand that Durvasa comes and Kundi serves him, takes care of Durvasa. Durvasa was so pleased. He gives this as a boon to Kundi, oh my daughter, you have served me so beautifully, so well. I give you this as a boon. So use this mantra to any god. They will appear and give you whatever you ask and their own energy as a child. So it was a complete straightforward. There is nothing illegal in this whole thing. There is nothing illegitimate. There is nothing immoral. Because nobody is going to question the virginity of Kundi. Nobody is going to say, oh, you did not get married. How did you get the child? Because it's after all a straight spiritual experience. And Kundi's father is not such a guy who will not understand that Durvasa's boon. She could have openly told the father, somehow did not have the courage. And she was too attached to her name. So Kundi, the Karna has to be orphan. And then from there starts her suffering. Understand, keeping a secret inside is not a joke. It is not a joke. Many times people ask me, Swamiji, what is the reason for your joy? I tell you, one person who constantly speaks will not be able to keep secret, will not have any load on the heart, will always be joyful. I tell you. Because I have to constantly speak, I never tell a lie. Maintaining a lie is very difficult. Once it is a truth, no question, no problem. I can repeat this any 100 number of times. You can listen to all my mystical experiences, whether Ganesha eating the food or Aranagiri Yogeshwara giving me Kavishal, any of those experiences you can listen. Every time I may be giving you more detail, but there will never be a conflict between the facts. Because I have described exactly as it happened. I don't need to remember and repeat. It is very difficult to maintain a lie, understand? Not very difficult, impossible. Especially a person who talks day in and day out. You don't know when you said what. How will you keep it in your memory? The best thing to check whether I am telling a truth, only truth or not, is check me out during the Akashic reading. Put the same question after 2 years, I will be giving the same answer. From memory, you cannot answer. Even if the same question is put by the same person, after 2 years, the answer will be same. Exact word. Even the word will not change. This is the evidence. The Akashic reading is not from the ordinary mind or logic. I am reading from the cosmic archives. If any of you are here who put 2 years before some question during the Akashic reading and got the answer, maybe in the next Akashic reading, put the same question by the same person. See, even the letter or the way the answer comes out will not be different. That's the way to check whether whatever comes out is from the some other plane. Keeping a secret is very difficult. Kundi, the poor lady, has to live with that secret almost till the war beginning. Please understand, till the war beginning. Just before the war, Krishna goes and reveals the secret to Karna. Then she goes and meets Karna, not as a mother to shower the love, but to take the boon to protect other 5 sons. There is a fight between the elder son and other 5 sons. If she is a mother, she must be sitting in the center and trying to patch it up. But she goes there to protect these 5 sons. And then, finally, even her death, when she hears Krishna left the body, in the deep suffering, she has cardiac arrest and leaves the body. Her whole life is a long suffering. Now, Krishna reminds Arjuna, O Kaunteya, son of Kundi, who is extension of a long suffering, do not let that pattern repeat in your life. Come out, wake up. Because mother's patterns are very important. Please understand. After 14th year, your father's patterns do not affect your life directly. But till you die, your mother's patterns affects you directly. Mother's patterns are very important because that becomes very physical core, part of your very physical existence. Once you have an independent, logical education in society, the father's part in you does not have any more power over you. But till you die, your mother's part in you has power over you. Only if you become enlightened, you are liberated from both patterns. Even then, as long as body is there, your guru's pattern stays in you. Here Bhagavan is reminding Arjuna, Kaunteya, Nateshu Ramade Putaha. Anything which has beginning and end is the source of all troubles. Does it mean Bhagavan is saying, don't have anything which has beginning and end? No. He says, don't be affected by the things which has beginning and end. Let your inner space not be too much affected, occupied by the things which has beginning and end. In this one verse, Bhagavan is giving a straight, clear conclusion. Please understand. He is delivering the conclusion. He is not giving any philosophy or poetry. As I said yesterday, no philosophy, no poetry, fact, straight truth. So understand, let your inner space raise to more and more subtle tastes. A person whose inner space is raised to the subtle taste will not enjoy the rumors and scandals about others. If your taste becomes subtle and subtle, your intake will become of the same quality. When I say intake, not just the food, even the visuals you see through the eyes, the channel you watch, the message you receive, the website you browse, everything will change. Somebody came and told me just 2 days before, Swamiji, I don't know what happened. Suddenly last 6 months, I am getting all the informations about the spiritual channels, spiritual websites, spiritual books. So much of spiritual material is gathering around me. I think world is becoming more spiritual, Swamiji. I said, no, you are becoming more spiritual. That is why you are attracting only that kind of things around you. If your taste is very grass, dirty, you will be sitting only with yellow journals. That scandal shows. If your taste raises to the little subtle level, you may just enjoy music channels. If it raises more, it becomes more subtle. Then maybe philosophical thought trends. When it becomes more subtle, the spiritual ideas. Based on your taste, your intake, quality changes. Bhagavan is insisting here to change your taste. Let it become more and subtle and subtle and subtle, so that you are not affected by grass level things which has beginning and end. Ehi samparshaha bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adi antavanta kaunteya nadeshu ramade buddhaha. Bhagavatam, as beautiful sloka, which is very close to this Gita verse. Shukasya antaram dukkham, dukkasya antaram sukham, chakravat parivartete, shugadukkhe nirantaram. Let me give you the translation. Sorrow follows the pleasure and pleasure follows sorrow. In this manner, sorrow and pleasure keep moving in a never-ending circle. Only this never-ending circle is nirantaram. Impermanence is only permanent. The essence, the sacred secret from this verse, let you raise your taste to more subtle and subtle and subtle level, so that you are not influenced, affected by the grass matters. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share, and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.